At this point, you're probably already pretty familiar with triads and their inversions. So let's take a look at seventh chords and their inversions. So we're going to start with this major minor seventh chord, and we're going to look at it in its four possible inversion types. So right here is the seventh chord in root position. So you'll notice the root is on the bottom, then you have the third, the fifth, and the seventh, nicely stacked all on lines. Again, one way that you can tell it's in root position is if all the notes in that chord are not only on just lines or just spaces, but all within one octave. And this is the same case for seventh chords. So this is in root position right here. So let's take a look at what that looks like. The symbol that we use for that, the BPS that we'll use for that, is just a 7. You need to have it in order to identify that as root position. Now if it's in first inversion, okay, so first inversion here, it's going to be, you're going to use the symbols 6, or not just the symbols, the numbers 6 and 5 for the BPS. And again, for the first inversion, just like in triads, the third is the bass note. Third being the bass note being the lowest note in that chord. Okay, again, all these examples right now are in close position, but they don't have to be in close position in order for us to use these symbols. So as long as the third is the bass note, it's in first inversion. Let's take a look at second inversion. Okay, so in second inversion, the fifth is the bass note, and the numbers that we're going to use in this case are going to be 4, 3 for the BPS. And again, in second inversion, the bass note is the fifth of that chord. And because we have 4 different notes, we also have a third inversion, which we'll draw right here. Whoops. Okay. Starting to use a lot of ledger lines here, but that's okay. Third inversion. And in third inversion, you guessed it, the seventh is the bass note, the lowest note of that chord. And the BPS that we'll use in this case will be 4, 2. So here it is again, one more time to review. Root position, let's go ahead and write that just so you can see that. In root position, these are all close position, but the most important thing is in root position, the bass note is the root. In first inversion, the bass note is the third, and we have a BPS of 6, 5. In second inversion, the bass note is the fifth of that chord, and we use the BPS of 4, 3. And then in third inversion, the seventh of that chord is the bass note, and we use the BPS of 4, 2.